Hey guys, I'm back with part 4 for this tutorial on how to build the Suburban house. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to do the entire interior layout for the first floor. So I gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using, so be sure to grab the dark oak wood planks, the quartz bricks, the pillar quartz blocks, chiseled quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slabs, smooth quartz blocks, jungle planks, white concrete, cyan concrete, gray concrete, sea lanterns, iron trapdoors, brick block, and granite. So I'm going to start with the pillar quartz blocks. I'm going to look at the entrance doorway first, and in each corner I just want to place the pillar quartz like that, and then fill in the 3 spaces down the middle with sideways pillars like that, and then underneath these corners go ahead and bring down pillars by 3. So now we have the door frame here for the entrance. I'm also going to do the same thing over here for this back door. So just a pillar quartz block in each corner, the 2 sideways ones in between that at the top, and 3 facing straight up and down underneath those corners. Now you can switch to the white concrete, and I'm going to start marking out the walls here for the main part of the house. So I'll go ahead and look at the entrance wall first. I'm going to go to the left side of the pillar quartz block. Just go down to the bottom of it right here, and just work your way over with a layer of white concrete right there. So you can see how this layer is right underneath the window. And then go to the right side of the doorway, and I just want to bring this over until we're lined up at the edge of the wall here. Just like that. So if you look at where this gray concrete is, you can see we have a block of white concrete here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have a total of 5 right here. Now let's look at the back door. I'm going to go to the left of it at the bottom as well. Bring over 3 blocks like that. And then right behind it, you could go ahead and place 1. And then bring it straight across to that corner. So it's just like that, they line up. Now let's go to the right side of this doorway. I'm just going to place 1 right here. And 1 right there. So we're not going to fill in this corner like that. We're going to leave it empty so that we still have a space right here next to this doorway. It doesn't look like the doorway is going to be right up against the wall because we have that extra space there. So just make sure to leave that corner empty. Now let's continue bringing this along till that part of the wall right there. Like that. And now you could go ahead and just bring this over until you're at the edge right here. So 3. Now line up here at the right side of that space of 3 we just placed. You could just bring this out by 4. So we're pretty much going towards the front door. So 4 like that. And now go to the right side of this block and bring it over by 6. And now work your way back towards that front wall again and bring it out by another 3. So it's a little zigzag like this. Look over here at the first set of blocks that we placed. You could just line up with the final one here and bring a strip of white concrete until you meet up at the corner over there. Just like that. So now in between this row of the blocks and that row, you should have a space of 2. This is where the staircase leading up to the second floor is going to be. Now let's look over here at this wall where this window is. And you could go ahead and just fill in a strip of white concrete in between that part and that part. So at the same layer, just right along here. Now that we have all these walls marked out, let's just go ahead and bring them all up. So on top of this first layer of white concrete, we're going to have another layer. So you could go ahead and just place it like this. Make sure to skip over all of the windows. You don't want to cover them up like that. So just an extra layer of white concrete on top of all of this. For now, let's just go ahead and leave the space of 3 as it is. We're not going to add extra layers to that, but everywhere else we'll continue with the extra layers. So there we go, we have 2 layers of white concrete. We just left this part as it is. And now on top of that, let's go ahead and have a layer of the smooth quartz blocks. So it is now like this. And now on top of those smooth quartz blocks, you could go ahead and switch to the gray concrete. I'll just swap out those junglewood planks for now. And we're going to have 3 layers of the gray concrete on top of this now. So I'll look at this back wall. We have 1, 2, and 3. And make sure to fill in the extra space above the windows now. So we just went right around the edge of the window. So you can continue doing this for the rest of the space. Alright, so now it is looking like this. Now let's look at this space of 3. I'm going to go ahead and add an extra 2 blocks right here, leaving this space as it is. And then at the same layer as the full blocks of the smooth quartz, we could just have 1 more block. So it's just a little slanted area like that. We're going to have a railing right here next to the staircase. But for now, it'll be left just as it is. Now let's start filling in the floors. You could grab the dark oak wood planks. I'm going to line up here at the edge of the doorway, so lined up where these glass panes are. You could just have a strip of the dark oak planks until you meet up with the wall right there. So make sure not to bring it further. You could just stop right at the edge of the wall. So now you could just bring this right in like that. So we're just right up against it. And now all of this other space that you see, you could go ahead and fill in with the planks. Make sure to replace this andesite with the planks as well. So I'll go ahead and just bring it all the way over to here. And then once you meet up with the edge of this white concrete, you could just wrap right around it. We're going to have these stairs going up right here, so you don't have to fill all this in since it'll be covered up anyway. So just all this space right here. So it is now like this. All of this space over here, we're going to fill in with the quartz bricks. So this will be the kitchen and dining room area. And make sure not to forget about the andesite right here. I'm actually going to replace that with these dark oak planks. So this half of the doorway will be dark oak planks, and then the other half, like the interior half, will be the quartz bricks. So there we go, we have the kitchen and dining room floors marked out. These are the living room floors. So now we have to start carving out the doorways. So we have one right there which has access to the garage, and one right there which has access to that bedroom, and then one here for the bathroom. So I'll look over here where the garage door is. We're going to leave one space of the wall here at the left, so you want to make sure you're on the second block. Carve out 4, and then we're left with one more space here. We're going to bring it up 4 in height, so it's just a 4x4 square like that. Let's look over here for the bathroom door. We're going to have 2 spaces here at the left, so we're going to be on this third block. Carve out 3. We're left with 1 space here at the right. We're also going to bring this up by 4, so this is a 3x4. And then over here is the doorway leading into this bedroom. So we have 2 spaces here at the right, so we're going to be on this third block, and we're going to carve out 4. Bring it up by 4 as well, so now this is also a 4x4. Now, let's grab the dark oak wood planks. I'm going to add an extra 4 right here within that opening we just cut out. And then we'll look here. I'm actually going to be using the pillar quartz blocks. I'm going to have a crisscross pattern for the bathroom floors. So for now, I'm just going to add one here, here, and then a sideways one. So we're going to start the pattern, but for now, I'll just leave it as it is. It'll then make it easier to place our doorway. We'll be able to place it right on top of those blocks. And then over here, we're going to go ahead and swap this out with the quartz bricks, just for those 4 spaces. So now let's mark out all these doorways. You could grab the pillar quartz blocks. We'll look here first. It's going to be like the same design that we've done everywhere else. So I'll start out by just placing 4 layers going straight up. And then we'll have the 2 sideways ones. And then what I'm going to do is go on the other side. We're going to be doubling up these doorways. So I'll go on this side. I'll have the corner block like that. 2 sideways ones. And then I'm just going to bring this straight down to the grass level. So it's like that. And now on the other side, because we're going to be keeping this, we could just go ahead and fix these corners. So now you can see how this doorway is 2 blocks thick. I'm going to head on over to this one and do a similar design. So we'll bring it up by 4 on each side. 2 sideways ones in the middle. We'll go on this side, double it up, so you can have the corners. 2 sideways ones. And we're just going to bring this down by 3. We're not bringing it all the way down to the grass level. The reason we brought it all the way down over here is because this is the garage, so it's actually going to flow nicely with the garage door. So we have the outside driveway. We want it to all be at the same layer. So we're going to be cutting out all of this grass and replacing it with the garage floors. Over here, this is all going to be at the same layer, so we're just placing the blocks directly on the grass. So that means we're going to have a little step down into the garage here. Anyway, let me head back. We'll fix these corners. And now we have the doorway for this bedroom marked out. Now, let's do the bathroom. So we're going to have 4 going straight up on each side. We have the sideways one in the middle, so it's just a 1 block wide doorway. We'll go on the inside. And you know what? This doorway is actually just going to be 1 block thick, because we're not going to have different colored walls for this bathroom, so we don't have to double up the doorway. So for now, I'll just place some corner blocks like that. I'll go on the other side, fix these, and then we'll just delete these. So there we go. Now all of that is good. So this is how big the bathroom is going to be. It's a pretty small bathroom, but I still managed to be able to fit everything we need. So, now before I actually forget, oh, you know what? I didn't even grab them. We're going to need some stone buttons. So let me go ahead and just swap that out. So now where each of these corners are, I just like to add some stone buttons. Adds a little bit extra to these doorways. So there we go. And now, let's go ahead and switch to the smooth quartz stairs. I'm just going to have 2 right here within this doorway, so that's a little step down. You know what? That should actually be regular quartz stairs, so that it matches up with the quartz bricks a little bit better. And I accidentally just cleared all the blocks I had. Whoops. Alright, anyway, the regular quartz stairs we're going to have right here. So now you can see how it kind of just matches up with the quartz bricks a little bit better. It has the line going right down the middle, and then all the lines with the quartz bricks, it just flows together nicer. So I would recommend doing that as well. Unless you don't really want to worry about regular quartz stairs, you don't have to do it. You could just have this smooth. But it's just a little touch that I like to add to the builds. It may go unnoticed, but it's just a little something I like to do. So now, let's go ahead, since we're in here. Oh, you know what? We're going to have another door frame here. So grab the pillar quartz blocks and the stone button. And I'll just have the corners like that. 2 sideways ones at the top. And then we're just going to bring this all the way down to the floor. And now, let's go ahead and swap out this andesite with the dark oak wood planks. And then you could grab the dark oak wood stairs and have another little step down there. And then cover up these corners with the stone buttons. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start deleting this layer of the grass. We'll actually place the walls first. So you could grab the white concrete. I'm going to be using the smooth quartz blocks. And I'm just going to start shaping out all these walls. We're also going to need the smooth quartz stairs. So grab the white concrete. I'll just look at this back wall first. You can just place it right up against that exterior wall. We'll look at this doorway. We just have 1 space right there. And then we have the 3 spaces in between these doorways. And then over here, we'll just bring it all the way to the corner. So 3 spaces like that. And then this wall, it'll just be straight across. Alright, now let's go ahead and grab the smooth quartz stairs. And a little something I like to do in the garages is just add a stair facing up at the bottom of the window and an upside down one at the top. Just adds a little extra detail to these windows. And now I'm going to go ahead and have another layer of white concrete on top of this. And then I'll have a layer of the smooth quartz blocks. And now on top of that quartz, I'm going to have 4 layers of white concrete. So now it's looking like this. One adjustment I want to make, you could just grab the dark oak wood planks and I'm going to replace these corners with the wood. It just gives the garage door a cleaner look from the inside. And now, I'm going to go ahead and replace the floors. So you could grab the bricks, the granite. We're also going to need the sea lanterns, the iron trap doors, and we'll also need the white concrete again. So, let's go ahead and just delete this first layer of the grass all within here. And now I'm just going to go back and forth between the bricks and the granite. Similar design to what we did for the outside where like the driveway and walkway is. I'm just not going to be adding any brick stairs in here. I'm just going to leave it simple with the bricks and the granite. So now it's looking a little something like this. Let's go ahead and add some lights so you could grab the sea lantern. I'll just go right down the center between these doorways. I'm going to delete one block here at the top and then a dirt block. I'll replace it with a sea lantern. I'll replace that dirt block with white concrete. And then I want the iron trap door to cover that up so it's here at the same layer as the floor. It's not jutting out like that, but it's just at the same layer. And then we'll line up with maybe this window here. We'll have another light, so just dig down 2. Fill that in. Replace this with white concrete. Cover it up with the iron trap door. And then we'll just have maybe one more light lined up over here. And I think that should be good. We will have some more lights in the ceiling. So now let's go ahead and grab some light gray concrete. And I'm going to be just one block higher than the walls here. And I'm just going to fill all this in for the ceilings. So there we go. Now you could grab the smooth quartz stairs. I'm going to have these all upside down going along the top edge. So it's going to look like crown molding. So it's like that. And now I'm going to have a track right here that the garage door would be able to go along when it's opening. So you can have the full blocks of the smooth quartz. We're also going to need the smooth quartz slabs. And then we'll also still need these stairs. And then the iron trap doors. So you can start with the full block of the smooth quartz. We're going to replace this stair with that. Underneath, we're going to have a smooth quartz slab. And then a smooth quartz stair in front of that full block. And then we'll go ahead and have 3 smooth quartz slabs after that. We're going to have a full block. And then another slab. And now underneath all this, we're going to have iron trap doors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is the same length as the height of this door. The final thing we're going to do here in this garage is just adding some extra lights. So a couple, you know what? We'll just have one right down the middle. Cover that up with an iron trap door. And then I'll actually just leave it like that. We'll actually move this light over so that it's right down the center. And I think that should be good. We'll leave it at that here for the garage. It's all done. So I'll head on into this bedroom next. The first thing I'll do is grab the jungle wood planks and just fill in all of the floors in here. So you don't have to worry about the outer edge here. We could just leave that space empty since our walls are going to be covering that up anyway. So it'll just save you a little bit of resources if you're maybe building this in survival. So now it's looking like this. We just have an extra space all along the edge. So now, make sure you have the white concrete. We're just going to have one layer all along the edge like this. So it'll be right underneath the windows on this layer. And now on top of this, we're going to have a layer of the chiseled quartz blocks. And then on top of this chiseled quartz, we're going to have 4 layers of the cyan concrete. Now you can switch back to the white concrete. We're going to be 1 block higher than the walls. You can just fill all this in and this will be our ceilings for this room. And now you could grab the smooth quartz stairs and just place these upside down all along the edge. So this will be the start of the crown molding. And now a little feature I want to have in here is just a beam going right down the center. So you could carve out this block and this block so they're both lined up. You could grab the full blocks of the smooth quartz. You could just have this all along here. And then you could grab the smooth quartz slabs and have it underneath on each end. So it's just a nice little beam, little extra detail in the ceiling. Now you could grab the sea lanterns and the iron trap doors. We're going to have a light in each corner. We'll cover these up. And there we go. We're going to leave it at that for now for this bedroom. It's all looking good. We'll head on out and into this bathroom next. So make sure you have your white concrete. I'm just going to look over here at this portion. So we have the entrance door here. Just looking at this side. We're going to be right on the edge of the wall. We're going to have a total of 4 blocks of white concrete right here. And then you could just go back by 1 space and have another 4. So it's like this. Now on top of that, we're just going to continue the pattern. So we have a layer of the smooth quartz blocks. And then the 3 layers, whoops, hold up, the 3 layers of the gray concrete. Like that. Now, let's go ahead and grab the smooth quartz stairs. And I'm just going to add this all along the top for the crown molding. So it'll all be upside down. It's a little bit of a tight space over here, so all the crown molding is going to be bunched up together, which is fine. So now all this other space, we're going to fill in with white concrete. So just try to get right within the edge of the crown molding. So it's just these 6 blocks right here. Now, let's go ahead and add some light so you can carve out these 2 spaces, replace it with sea lanterns, and cover it up with the iron trap doors. And now let's fill in our floors. So you could grab the pillar quartz blocks, and we're going to continue the crisscross pattern that we started. So you can see how we have a sideways one right here. So that means we're going to have one in the opposite direction next to it. And then we have sideways ones next to that. And then here, we're going to have another one in the opposite direction. We'll do the same thing here. And then line up with these ones, have them like that. Sideways ones in the other spaces. So you can see how we're just doing this crisscross pattern. You can continue doing that for the rest of the space. So there we go, it's looking a little something like this. And now, this bathroom is actually all marked out, and that's all there is to it, looking good. So now I think before I end off this video, I'm going to go ahead and mark out the staircase leading up to the 2nd floor, and then I'll go ahead and do the ceilings for this big main space here. So let's look at this staircase. I went ahead and grabbed some anvils. We're going to be using gray carpet, the sea lanterns, and the dark oak wood stairs. So I'm going to start with the anvils. I'm going to place these on the 3 spaces here. So that is now the railing for the staircase. And that is the only use for the anvils. So we could go ahead and just get rid of those. Now, switch to the dark oak wood stairs. I'm just going to line up here at the final block. And I'm just going to fill in 2 spaces wide. I'm going to bring this all the way up until we're left with a space of 4. So let's see, we have 4 spaces right here. So go ahead, you could just replace this gray concrete with sea lanterns. So we just have a space of 4 sea lanterns right here after the staircase. You could cover that up with gray carpet. And now turn towards the left. We're going to have an extra 2 layers of the dark oak wood stairs. So it's like that. So I'll take a look back at what we've just done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 layers of stairs going up in this direction. And then we just have 4 spaces of sea lanterns here, which I covered up with gray carpet. And then we turn towards the left, we're still lined up with it, and we have 2 extra layers of the dark oak wood stairs. So that is the staircase. It's a pretty simple design. Now, we could actually just go ahead and get rid of that gray carpet. We won't be using that anymore in this video. And I'm going to continue just marking out the rest of the walls around the staircase here. And then we'll start filling in all of our ceilings, adding the cutout around the edge of the staircase. And then I'll just leave it at that here for part 4. So now make sure to switch to your gray concrete. I'm going to look right here. You see how we have 3 spaces? You could just go ahead and add 1 layer of gray concrete, 2 layers, and 3 layers like that, just on that space of 3. Next to it, we're going to have another space just like that, so it's 2 blocks thick. Then we'll have a layer of the smooth quartz blocks on top of that, and then 4 layers of light gray concrete. So it's just a nice chunk right here that is like 2 blocks wide, 3 blocks in length, so a total of 6 right here. Let's look at it from this side. We're going to line up at the left side here. You could grab the gray concrete. We're going to fill in 3 like that, so just lined up with the rest of it. We're going to bring it over by an extra 2. So it's a total of 3 like this. You can have the layer of the smooth quartz blocks, and then the light gray concrete on top of that. So just make sure this one is just 1 block further back than the edge of this space here. So it's a little something like that. I'll try to get every angle. So this entire side is flat. This entire side has 3 spaces here. It goes back, has another 3. Now you could just line up here at the edge, switch back to the gray concrete, and bring this over by, we'll do it 4, so we're right on top of this. So 4 like that. Have the extra layers of gray concrete so it all lines up, it all flows together. You can have the layer of the smooth quartz blocks, and the rest of the light gray concrete. So there we go. We're just like marking out all these walls. We have the opening here still for the staircase so we can walk down. So we have plenty of space. And now let's continue this wall right along here. So you can already see where we're going to be placing it, just right on top of that gray concrete. So we have this space here, another layer and another layer. So just like that. We have this part, so I'll just bring it over to the edge of that white concrete. So we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. So that's all good. We'll have the layer of the smooth quartz blocks. Make sure to skip over that window. And then the 4 layers of the light gray concrete. And there we go. This is all looking pretty good so far. So let me try to get a good view of what we've just done. I can maybe just look at it from up above. So it's a little something like this. You can see the entire shape right here. We have this chunk that is a total of 6 spaces right down the center. So it's right up against the staircase there and there. So it's for the corner parts of that staircase. So just a chunk of 6. And then we just brought this out by an extra 3 towards the left side of it. And then starting right here, we have an extra 4. We have this entire wall which went up to that corner. And then this entire wall which went up to that corner. So I hope that's easy enough to follow along with. And then I just brought this down underneath with 3 layers of the gray concrete. So when you look under here, you can still see we have 2 layers of gray concrete for the first floor walls until you meet up with the top of this doorway. So we just have 2 extra layers right there. Okay? Now, let's grab the smooth quartz stairs. I'm going to place these upside down right underneath this gray concrete. Like that. So now when we walk down the staircase, you can see how we still have plenty of room. We're not like bumping our head or anything. Like, let's say if the stairs were right here, we actually can't even go down. If they were right there, it's a little bit too close for me. But right here is perfect. We could go down without hitting our head or anything. So there we go, that all looks good. Now, here at this same layer at the top of all these walls, I'm going to continue with the crown molding. So just right behind all of this, you could just have the upside down smooth quartz stairs. Just wrap this all the way around. Alright, and now I'm going to connect this back to where we started. So now the little section here looks really nice. We have the upside down smooth quartz stairs on this side, and then right behind that we have the other ones. So it gives it a cool little look here. It all flows together nicely. So now I just want to fill in all the ceilings here. So I'm just going to be using the white concrete. It's going to be 1 block higher than the crown molding. So you can just go right within the edge of all of it and fill all, fill all of this in. Now we have all the ceilings here filled in for the main part of the house. So now let's add a little bit of detail, like some extra beams throughout the ceiling. So make sure you have the smooth quartz slabs. I didn't do this at the original build, but I just went ahead and did a quick design and I liked how it looked. So I'm gonna go from this corner, where like the edge of the crown molding is, all the way to that one, with these slabs, so just straight along like that. And then I'm gonna line up with this corner here, bring a strip right along, so they cross over each other like that. And then I'm gonna line up with this corner, have another strip here. And then I just want one right down the center, so right around here. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I think that looks pretty cool. I like it. It all flows together pretty nicely. So now I'm gonna grab these sea lanterns, and I'm just gonna maybe delete this slab, replace that white concrete with a sea lantern, do the same thing right there. We can maybe have an extra light right around here. And how about another one right around here? And I think that should be good. We'll now cover all that up with the slabs again. And we have a nice light source shining through those slabs and you can't even see it. So it all looks good. So, I'm actually going to leave it at that here for this video. So we did all of the walls, floors, and ceilings here for the garage, for the main part of the house. Got that bathroom, got that bedroom. We marked out the staircase leading up to the second floor. So now, in part 5, we're going to be heading on up here to the second floor. We're going to do the layout all throughout here. And we might have time to do half of the interior furnishings here for the first floor. And then we'll have maybe one more video after that for all of the other furnishings for the build. We'll see if we have time to do this entire layout as well as some furnishings in the next video. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that here for part 4. Okay guys, that's going to be it here for part 4 for this tutorial on how to build the Suburban house. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 5.